Yo guys, if you're not bullish on Kaspa right now, I don't know what to tell you, because as it's consolidating right now on the daily, its macro indicators are pointing up very aggressively. And it's not just for Kaspa, but for the entire altcoin market. All right, let's take a look at the altcoins. All right, this is the entire altcoin market cap, excluding Bitcoin. So it's gives a full picture. And we see here it had a golden cross. This is massively bullish on the macro time frame with when the 100 moving average 100 week moving average crosses over the 200 week moving average. All right, when we see this is the type of historical macro altcoin season. We're gonna have to see how exactly when it starts, because it needs to consolidate a little bit more, but it's looking incredible. We just looked on the monthly time frame for the altcoin market, and it's like, man, this is perfection. And so it came down to here, bounced back up, holding strong to this macro uptrend. So that's where we're seeing right now. And you may think it's like, maybe it's a little, it's a little up there. But in reality, when you compare it to hard money, take a look at comparing it to Bitcoin. Sorry, comparing altcoins to gold. Yeah, it's not exactly, 1-to-1, but we're comparing now to hard money, and it's below its macro moving average. So there's lots of room for explosive growth in the coming year. All right, so 2026, people thinking like, oh my gosh, this whole this bull cycle, when's it gonna end? When's it gonna start? And honestly, it has just barely started. This is it found a nice bottom right here, and now we're gonna have a chance to go up, because Bitcoin is showing incredible strength, not only on the macro time frame, but on the daily. And you see this strength not only with Bitcoin, but of course you look at gold, Bitcoin with respect to gold, and it's doing very, very well. Right now, it is consolidating, but it has massive room to grow in its upward channel. So we take a look at Bitcoin on the daily, and this looks incredible. So its recent push up to now 105,000 is looking incredible, because this shows that there's a lot of people, just going strong on the bids, and they're putting those buy orders in. And we've seen it happen, time and time again. When this type of spike happens, it could drop back down, and again, boom, another bullish, a huge buy orders. These big money buy orders. They're accumulating Bitcoin. These institutions, these massive whales, the financial markets. Again, buy order, buy order, buy orders, buy orders. Again, buy orders. It's like whenever it touches and grazes, even on the daily 4-hour time frame, it's low Bollinger. These buy orders are just picking it up. They're not letting it fall. They're creating incredible support for it. And basically, they're just trying to accumulate as much as possible. So we see that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's powering this entire, season of crypto right now, because we're seeing it getting massive adoption. Not only for, retail, retail's been in it for a while, but now institutions, governments, the US. I mean, gosh, when you see things like, the US is printing how much dollars? Every single day, the US government prints $465 million on average. Bruh. Bruh. Jim Cramer, the cloud, do the inverse Cramer. He says Bitcoin can't go over 200,000 this year. All right, send it. Literally, Cramer is like literally the normie. He is the markets do the opposite of what he says, because he thinks in a way that the average person thinks. And who takes advantage of the average person? It's the big money sharks, the whales, the people that move the markets. Eager Labs. This is incredible. They're building, and a lot of builders are coming over. Stable coins, perp dexes, on top of normal dexes, bridges, a lot of builders, a lot of teams coming over, building on Eager Labs, and that's incredible. That's exactly what Eager Labs is made for. They're made for initial adoption of Kaspa, the EVM compatibility. It allows builders to come right over with ease from existing entire Ethereum, network, entire Ethereum sphere. There's tons and tons of builders and applications on Ethereum. Now, Eager Labs is doing what it's made for. So yeah, I'm not entirely, on board with how they're running it like a very traditional company, VCs. They probably most likely going to come on board. It's probably going to have some sort of pre-sale, or probably not going to do the fair launch. I would love to see it. They're going to have their own token. They're running it like a company, while Casplex Layer 2 is non-profit. They're not doing it like a company. They're not having their own token, but both of them are L2 solutions for Kaspa. And, down the line, we're going to see this atomic composability, being able to transact across L2. So it's all going to be all fun and games, because no one's going to be trapped in a single Layer 2 like it is on Ethereum right now. These base rollups are really going to change the game for crypto, and I can't wait. I can't wait to have some games on Kaspa. I'm going to be honest, with the microtransactions, with 10 blocks per second, it's going to unlock the potential for gaming like no other crypto. So we're taking a look at the charts. The gold, again, consolidating, doing its thing. Could be seeing a nice little uptrend. Could be retesting. Not a problem. Man, the dollar. Jeez. This is the end of the dollar. Going to be honest. As I've been saying, it had its reduced credit rating from the last of 3 major credit rating agencies. This is just like, it's the peak. This was the peak of the dollar, and now it's most likely going to come down. But we'll see. Who knows how it's going to end up with this entire turmoil of global debt. This is a global debt crisis seen like none other since 2008. It's been bad since like 2011, 2021. It's been getting worse and worse and worse. And now it's at a point where it's going to reach a boiling point, a breaking point. China is also experiencing something similar. And these are the 2 largest markets and economies in the world, the US, China, and they are suffering hard. Imagine literally every other country. It's not looking good for them, and they're suffering. They're at the blunt end of the entire economy, and of course they're having the worst of it. From Japan to in Europe or in Africa, I have family friends around the world, and they are not they're getting hit with the worst of it. So if we think we have it bad with bank runs, imagine what they have. It's even worse. So hopefully markets don't have to reach that level. But if they do, this is what crypto is here for, because there's not a single centralized entity to tell you, no, you can't have your money. So make sure you get your Kaspa off of exchanges. And we've been seeing that, and it's incredible. Kaspa report, having another amazing report here, seeing that Kaspa has been distributing quite healthily over the past, what is this, month, 2 months? So that's great to see. Second largest wallet, slowing down accumulation. That's also great to see. Just to get this Kaspa out of the top 0.01%. These are the people these are the real behemoths of Kaspa, and as they distribute more, that's much better for entire decentralization of the coin, of the circulating supply, which is even more decentralized. It's more fairly distributed than Bitcoin itself. Hopefully, it continues to be this way, and whatever their names are, like Michael Saylor doesn't just market buy $1 trillion of a few $1 billion of Kaspa. But yeah, so everything's looking incredible. This is awesome. Someone made a peanut dispenser. Dang, dude, this is sick. Imagine just right now, this person built it right now, and you can see this around everyday use. You have some sort of peanut dispenser, or you have like a soda dispenser. You get gas in the car, or any type of transaction. Imagine just you scan the barcode. Boom. Who knows what other technology is going to develop? Maybe even Bluetooth type linkage between devices to send the money. Things that could be more secure. Awesome to see. Oh, I'm going to have to go into another topic with houses. This is definitely a really interesting topic. Check out Nacho on Kaspa. It's consolidating. It's great to see. Hopefully, it could see a nice support at this daily mid Bollinger. It's daily moving average. So hopefully we see that. And now let's check Kaspa. Let's check Kango. Man, I get these names all mixed up. Again, consolidating. It's still, it's very fairly priced. Both Kango and Nacho. They're doing good, consolidating just along with Kaspa. They check Kaspa on the daily, and it's hitting, again, its daily mid Bollinger. You see that with Nacho, you see that with Kango. So they're both doing, they're following pretty well still to this point. And it's like, you're not going to see these explosive growth, especially with these meme coins, until Kaspa has its explosive growth. until Kaspa gets like, really out there, gets worth, tens of billions of dollars of market cap. Then we're going to see these meme coins, explode. When Kaspa reaches a new all-time high, that's when we're going to see these meme coins likely just explode. And by then, if you want to get into these meme coins, it's like to leverage your position in a safe manner without, liquidation or futures fees and anything like that. With exchanges hunting down your liquidation zone, like MEXC had been known to do. Stick with the meme coin, stick with the top, Nacho, Kango, and anything else you like. And this is the way to leverage your position to maximize exposure to Kaspa, because when Kaspa breaks out and you try to get into those meme coins, then you're going to be buying into the FOMO, and I highly don't recommend it. Where do you buy? You buy when it's consolidating at the low. This is the beautiful point. Even right here, it's when it consolidates, that's when you buy. Buy in the fear, buy in the uncertainty. When it consolidates at this floor, that's where you should have been buying. Even right here, it's creating another floor. Buy at the floor, and that's how you maximize your profit. You don't buy into the FOMO. You don't sell into the what is it? Sell into the greed, sell into the FOMO sells. Man, that's exactly how you lose money in crypto. So even right here, we're seeing healthy consolidation for Kaspa and across the entire altcoin market. We may need to see more consolidation. It may need more time. And as it has more time, or what are you going to do? Are you going to sell your bag if it goes under 10 cents? I really hope you don't, because on the macro timeframes, it's going to just be exploding. It needs time to grow. At the end of the day, it needs time. It may need until 2026. It could still be at the same price and while still on its macro uptrend. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to be going to jeeting your bag for other cryptos that are doing the same exact thing? Like, look at the entire altcoin market. It's doing the same thing. And what are you going to be doing? What? Selling Kaspa for Solana, and Solana's gonna fall, and long term, Kaspa is gonna have that major breakout to get it more fairly valued with respect to the existing technology. Kaspa is by far much more superior to Solana, much more superior to Ethereum, even Bitcoin. It has Bitcoin, but security, but even a little bit of an upgrade because how fast it is. You don't have to wait 10 minutes for a confirmation on Kaspa. You just have to wait 0.1 second. If you wait longer, you're going to see higher security than what you could see on Bitcoin. With hashing power coming onto Kaspa following a power law, hashing power. So yes, the price has been down with these whales, these sharks. With its early in its life, it's more easy for it to get manipulated by such movements. Even with KRC20 bringing much more mining rewards, it changes the balance of things. That's something that even Bitcoin experienced in its early days. And what are you going to be worried about? Are you going to sell? Are you going to lose your conviction long term? You have to understand that the technology on Kaspa is the best. Nothing will ever be better than Kaspa. When DAG gets implemented, that is the final evolution for crypto. You're going to have proof of stake running similar things, perhaps, but then you have proof of work. Proof of work is the ultimate peer-to-peer. You have the most security on proof of work. You have the best decentralization on proof of work. Proof of stake, it's like infinite printing of money. It doesn't have every coin doesn't have an inherent electrical cost value like it does on proof of work. Just when you compare the two, you just realize proof of stake is there because they couldn't figure out how to scale proof of work. Now, proof of work is scalable through Kaspa's Block DAG, Ghost DAG, and soon DAG Night. This is the absolute evolution of crypto, finance, and data networks. And if you're not buying right now, I mean, you're missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Maximize your exposure. Get your Kaspa bag. Get your Kaspa meme coins bag. Because once Kaspa explodes, you're going to wish you had the Shiba Inu or the Pepe of Kaspa. You're going to wish you had the WIF, all that, those degen coins. Those things see the max profit during a bull cycle. Once Kaspa explodes to Ethereum levels, to Solana levels, Kaspa is going to have incredible gains. Where are you going to have the most gains? Meme coins. Sure, of course, NFTs as well. NFT market, look at Ethereum, the first and the largest, most popular NFTs. They're worth tons of money. They've done very well. Yeah, it's more speculative. They don't have as good liquidity than meme coins. So you just NFTs are slightly more risky with a lot higher reward potential. KNS domains, the domains name services, like that's a huge potential for growth as well, especially as Kaspa gains adoption. Look at ENS, Ethereum name service. Those are some ways to make a lot of money on Kaspa. So, just various ways to invest. And with Kaspa itself, it's like people thinking like, okay, what's going to be the actual ways to, how can Kaspa be used? What are other things besides meme coins and dexes and layer 2 tokens? So what are other things? Well, let me tell you, a lot of existing crypto coins on the market can absolutely be applications and tools on Kaspa. That'll be their end game for reaching their ultimate potential. For example, Tau. Tau, okay, they have a great network, but what's their problem? They're running on a layer 1, their own layer 1 that is not super scalable, it's not super decentralized, not super secure. They run their whole AI network as a layer, like on the layer 2, run it through on top of Kaspa. Use Kaspa as the rails, and that's going to unlock Tau to a whole new level. So a lot of existing applications and projects on crypto can absolutely come over to Kaspa and use Kaspa. And then those are going to become incredible investment opportunities as well. But what's going to be Kaspa doesn't need Tau. Tau needs Kaspa. What's going to be the ultimate driver? What's going to be the ultimate black hole of liquidity and money and of the whole financial crypto industry? It's going to be Kaspa. So you're going to see the biggest returns in Kaspa. The largest of the top meme coins of every blockchain, of every native coin, see the largest gains. And then its applications, its tools, everything built on that layer 1, they're below the top meme coins. They still see incredible gains, but they're like, so you're asking what will be other ways to invest in Kaspa? Look across the entire crypto market. Those could be other ways, but we'll have to keep a close eye on what's going to come on Kaspa, what's going to build natively on Kaspa first. So you see like things with stable coins and Kaspa Key, Kaspa Kai, or whatever. They have a lot of different projects they want to put out there. They haven't really released many updates or any updates, but you see even perp dexes, bridges, things. Those are, again, infrastructure. So the tools and applications are still yet to be seen, still yet to be built, or still yet to be migrated over to Kaspa. It's just the ultimate layer 1, the ultimate sequencer for crypto transactions, the ultimate settlement layer, the most secure, decentralized, the most scalable. It's the black hole. It's the black hole of crypto. And man, it's like most people here, we all missed out on Bitcoin. Okay, if we did not miss out, maybe we didn't invest as much as we should have. And this is Bitcoin at $100. Kaspa is Bitcoin at $100, but what? It's so much better. It's not competing. It will never compete with Bitcoin. It will never, have to compete. Why? Because it is the upgrade of Bitcoin. Kaspa is the upgrade of Bitcoin. That is why it doesn't need to compete. It is already better. It's not competing. It's already better. The price will lag because it doesn't have that time, doesn't have that adoption for money to come into it. But over time, it's just going to continue to be that ultimate black hole of liquidity and money in crypto and finance and data networks, everything that uses, the whole internet, everything uses data, everything. And that data needs to move on some sort of network. AI is our agents of this data, and they're going to be transacting. They're going to be moving information. And what better network to move and transact than on Kaspa? Nothing is faster. Nothing is more trustless. Nothing is more secure than Kaspa. And that's the long-term vision. And a lot of people, they don't understand or see that. And yeah, it's very long term, but that's exactly where we're headed. You invest now, come back in 10 years, and dang, bruh, dang, you're going to be filthy hecking rich. You already know. Peace out.